Hari Om Nana.
Hari Om Tali.
You can get started, Nana.
Avunu Premela unnadu?
He's fine. He's good.
Inda chekka inda?
Ledu, ival kaadu repu chestan Nana. 5 days avali kada?
Yeah, wishing him the very best.
Yeah, no problem, Nana.
Okay,
He'll be
good.
Bye.
I can start?
Yes, you can start.
Okay. Om. Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrusham Tattvamasyadilakhyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum tam namami Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Chaiva Tato Jayamudirayet Atha Srimad Bhagavad Gita Atha Dashamodhyayaha Vibhuti Yogaha Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Bhuya Eva Mahabaho Shrunu me paramam vachaha Yetteham priyamanaya Vakshyami hita kamyaya Name vidu suraganaha Trapam namaharshayaha Ahamadirhi devanam Maharshinam cha sarvashaha Yo mam ajam anadim cha Veti lokamaheshwaram Asammudha samarcheshu Sarva papai pramuchyate Buddhir jnanam asammohaha Kshama satyam damashyamaha Sukham dukkham bhavo bhavo Bhayam cha bhayameva cha Ahimsa samata tushtihi Tapodanam yasho yashaha Bhavanti bhava bhutanam Matta eva prudagvidaha. Brahmara, you are not shifting the slokas. Maharshaya sapta purve Chatvaro manavastadha Madbhava manasa jataha Yesham lokayima prajaha Etam vibhutim yogam cha Mama yo veti tattvataha Sovikambena yogena Yujyate natra samshayaha Aham sarvasya prabhavaha Matta sarvam pravartate Iti matva bhajante mam Buddha bhava samanvitaha Machchitta madgata pranaha Bodhayanta parasparam Kadayantascha mam nityam Tushyanti cha ramanti cha Tesham satata yuktanam Bhajatam priti purvakam Dadami buddhi yogam tam Yena mamupayanti te Teshamevanukampadham अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता। अर्जुन उवाच परं ब्रह्म परं धाम पवित्रं परमं भवान् पुरुषं शाश्वतं दिव्यम् आदिदेवमजं विभुम् आहुस्त्वां ऋषयः सर्वे देवर्षिर्नारदस्तथा असितो देवलो व्यासः स्वयं चैव ब्रवीषि मे सर्वमेतद्रुतं मन्ये यन्मां वदसि केशव न हि ते भगवन् व्यक्तिं विदुर्देवा न दानवाः स्वयमेवात्मनात्मानं वेत्तत्वं पुरुषोत्तमा भूतभावनभूतेश देवदेव जगत्पते वक्तुमर्हस्य शेषेण दिव्याशात्मविभूतयः याभिर्विभूतिर्भिर्लोकान् इमां त्वं व्याप्य तिष्ठसि कथं विद्यामहं योगिन् त्वां सदा परिचिन्तयन् केषु केषु च भावेषु चिन्त्योऽसि भगवन्मया विस्तरेणात्मनो योगम् विभूतिं च जनार्दन भूया कथय तृप्तिर्हि शृण्वतो नास्ति मे मृतम् श्रीभगवानुवाच हन्त ते कथयिष्यामि दिव्याह्यात्मविभूतयः प्राधान्यतः कुरु श्रेष्ठ नास्त्यन्तो विस्तरस्य मे अहमात्मा गुडाकेश सर्वभूताशयस्थितः अहमादिश्च मध्यं च भूतानाम् अन्त एव च आदित्यानामहं विष्णुः ज्योतिषां रविरंशुमान् मरीचिर्मरुतामस्मि नक्षत्राणामहं शशि वेदानां सामवेदोऽस्मि देवानामस्मि वासवः इन्द्रियाणां मनश्चास्मि भूतानामस्मि चेतना रुद्राणां शङ्करश्चास्मि वित्तेषु यक्षरक्षसां वसूनां पावकश्चास्मि मेरुशिखरिणामहम् पुरोदशां च मुख्यं मां
Shall I chant, Nana?
అయిపోయింది almost everything. You need another sloka, I'll stop. Thank you. पुरोदशां च मुख्यं मां विद्धि पार्थ बृहस्पतिं सेनानीनामहं स्कन्दः सरसामस्मि सागरः महर्षीणां भृगुरहं गिरामस्म्यैकमक्षरम् यज्ञानां जपयज्ञोऽस्मि स्थावराणां हिमालयः. Can you go back to verse number 10? Yesterday we had covered verses 10 and 11 also, but we will just about touch upon them. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenam mamupayanti te. Incidentally, any doubts from yesterday?
In the PDF, Swamiji had mentioned that he gave the analogy of a lamp, of how this, if you keep constantly thinking about him, how the knowledge happens. He gave the example of a well-oiled lamp and a wick. In that, he said the oil is likened to bhakti. is the attitude you have. And the wick is likened to your the buddhi, a well purified buddhi, a buddhi which has got antakarna shuddhi and nishchalatvam is there. Now,
mano
naishchalatvam, and strong winds are like raga and dvesha that might put off the light of the lamp. In that, how does the who lights the lamp? How does that knowledge happen when all of this is done?
No. See, any example that is given, it is to make us understand that which is very subtle to understand. The example should not be broken to such an extent as to asking who lights the lamp. No.
Yeah, I know, but then you have prepared your mind.
Yeah.
So do you wait till that knowledge happens? How does that knowledge dawn?
Knowledge dawns. Knowledge is always there. Only thing is that knowledge is covered up by ajnanam. It is only a matter of removing the veil of ajnanam. That knowledge will present itself, which is always there. Megha paye amshumani va. Amshumani is always there, as though covered by the megha. As though covered by the megha. And megha is also, Amshuman is the very cause for even the megha. Understand?
Correct.
Amshuman is the very cause for even the megha, and the megha as though covers Amshuman. That when it is removed, that veil of ignorance is gone, then Swayameva Atmanatmanam, it will manifest in one's own mind by one's own free will. That's all. It is there all the time. It is not known. Ajnanena avrutam jnanam tena mukhyanti jantavaha. Ajnanena avrutam, it is veiled. Jnanam is veiled. Tena mukhyanti jantavaha. Because of that, we're all deluded. If jnanam has to take place, that means what? It is absent now. If it is absent now, we are not Atma Swarupis, which is not acceptable. That Thampada Lakshadaha Tvameva Tat. Tvam Tat Asi. Tat Tvam Asi. That is all the time, whether we know or not.
So all our
so this is done by the
the
Guru,
effort,
isn't it?
All our attempts are to thin down this veil of ignorance.
All our attempts are to get it off Ajnanam.
Yeah, dissolve this veil of ignorance.
Yes, get it off Ajnanam. And for that, Bhagavan's Krupa is necessary. That is what Bhagavan is saying. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. I shall give them the necessary discriminative faculties. Yena mam upayanti te, using which they will make an effort to reach me, to be me. And in the verse it clearly says, Jnanadipena bhasvata, with the shine of Jnanadipa. Can you go to the 11th verse? Yeah. Tesham eva anukampadam aham ajnanajam tamaha. Aham ajnanajam tamaha. This tamaha, where did it come from? Ajnanajam. This is produced by ajnanam. The tamas is produced by ajnanam. The tamas is darkness. Not just a sattva, rajastamo, gunas, tamaha. No, not really. That is darkness. Because of the darkness, you are not able to know yourself, see yourself properly. Tesham eva anukampadam, out of pure compassion. Poor chaps have been trying very hard to reach me. Anukampadam aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami. I will destroy that tamaha which is born out of ajnanam. Ajnanajam nashayami atmabhavastaha, and in their minds jnanadipena bhasvata. Bhasvata means with the shine of that, jnanadipena, with the lamp of knowledge shining in their minds. Nashayami ajnanajam tamaha. Why? Anukampadham. For them alone, out of compassion, I, obtaining in the thought of the mind, destroy the delusion born of ignorance by the shining lamp of knowledge. Okay? Now Swamiji has given you the example, etc. That example is for us to appreciate the tattva. In reality, what Bhagavan has mentioned, if we have understood that and we have made that our own property, kind of, it becomes knowledge. For them alone, out of compassion, I, obtaining the thought of the mind, destroy the delusion born of ignorance by the shining lamp of knowledge. Now, some other lady was about asking something else along with you, Brahmara. Maybe that was sounded like Kusuma.
Jai Gurudev Nanaji, I said for this ajnana to be removed, you said grace of the Lord is the one who is going to remove that ajnana, with the ignorance. So this is where the Guru Gita, no, there is that ajnana timirandasya jnananjana shalagaya chakshurun militam mena tasmai Shri Gurave namaha. So that's where
Very
the
right. Very
role
right.
of the Guru comes.
Correct. Role of the Guru comes. And the Guru is qualified. Everybody is not a Guru. And the Guru, when we start the Gita class, we chant one sloka, isn't it? Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam. In his presence, you feel absolutely comforted. Paramasukhadam Brahmanandam, the one which gives you immense anandam. Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim. And that Guru is simply Jnanamurti, personified Jnanam. Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham. Dvandva Atitam. Sukha Dukkhadi Dvandvas, they do not taint him. Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham. Gagana Sadrusham Akashavat. Nalipyate. Nalipyate Papaihi Sarvaihi. Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamashyadil. See, when I broke, I forgot this lot. Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sudrusham Tattvamashyadi Laksham. He is the Laksham for the Mahavakyas. Tattvamasya Adi Mahavakyas, he is the Laksham. Tattvamasyaadilaksham ekam nityam vimalam malarahitam. Ekam nityam vimalam. Ekam nityam vimalam. What is that?
Vimalam achalam.
Huh?
Vimalam achalam.
Ekam
Vimalam achalam achalam.
sarvati
Ekam nityam vimalam achalam sarvadhi sakshibhutam. He is the very witness in all the minds. Sarvadhi sakshibhutam bhavatetam. His greatness, his immense greatness is it is not available for your appreciation. Bhavatetam trigunarahitam. And he is a gunatita. That is why he is a triguna rahitam. Gunatitaha. 14th chapter we will come to know who is a gunatita. Triguna rahitam sarvadhi sakshibhutam.
Satgurum tam namami.
Triguna rahitam sadgurum tam namami. That's sadgurum. That's satgurum. That guru who will enable you to appreciate what is that sat. Sat. Kalatrayepi tishtati iti sat. Along with that, it's as though attributes Chittan Anandam. Sadgurum tam namami. That kind of a guru. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai, to him, Gurave Namaha. Aham Namami. Yeah, correct. Guru Krupa is required. Guru Krupa is required in spite of your best efforts, in spite of your Purushartha, which is appropriately used for Mokshardham. In spite of it, Guru Krupa and Bhagavad Krupa in the form of Guru Krupa maybe, Bhagavad Krupa is required to ward off the obstacles which have been samskara janitam by you alone in the coming from the previous births. Those things we do not know. Like we do not know which other thought next moment we are going to think. We do not know. That is all samskara janitam, swabhava janitam, prakriti janitam. To ward off all those bad influences, this krupa is required. Right? Yeah, can we go forward?
Yeah, there's one more question regarding karma. When we talk of accruing karma that goes into the Sanchita balance, what kind of karma is it? Only an action, or is it also a thought that can lead to karma, that can amounts to karma?
Yes, thought also yes. Thought also yes. Because look at it this way. Your mind is capable of wishing somebody well. Your mind is equally capable of cursing somebody badly. Your mind is equally capable of being very, very udasinaha. All these things the mind is capable of. It is a manasa karma. That is why we say, kayena vacha manasendriyerva buddhyatmana va prakrute swabhavat. Prakrute means what? Purva janma samskara janitam swabhavam. Kayena vacha manasendriyerva buddhyatmana va prakrute swabhavah karomi yajyat sakalam parasmaihi parameshwara samarpayami.
Narayana
Is
iti
it not?
samarpaya. Yeah.
Is it? Don't we say that? So when we say that, that is manasika karma. With your shira you do, with your karmendriyas, your jnanendriyas, your mind, buddhi, And without your knowledge, Prakrute Swabhavat, even that, you surrender to him. Okay?
Okay.
Onward march?
Yes, onward march.
Okay. Now comes Arjuna. Mahabaho Arjuna comes. Arjuna Bumacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Vibhum Ahustvam Rushaya Sarve Devarshirnaradastadha Asito Devalo Vyasaha Swayam Cheva Bravishime. Arjuna is now this the bhakti from Arjuna is flowing in abundance. Yeah, 12th verse, please. 12th. Yeah. Arjuna Bhuvacha. Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum. What epithet she is giving. What wonderful adjectives. Param Brahma, Param Dhama. This Param Dhama has two meanings, I believe. One is, Param Dhama is the supreme abode. Okay? Yadgatva nanivartante tadhama paramam mama, Bhagavan says in one of the chapters. Yadgatva, having gone where? Nanivartante, there is no question of coming back. Tadhama paramam mama, that is that param dhama, mine, my supreme abode. Here, there is another meaning for parandhama, I believe, which I was going through the commentary today of this Vibhuti Yoga by Swamiji. In that, what is mentioned is, it is the light of all lights. Jyotisham api tajyotihi tamasaha paramuchyate. Jyotisham api tajyotihi tamasaha paramuchyate. This is the light of all lights. Param Brahma, you are the supreme Brahma. Param Dhama, the light of all lights, or the supreme abode. Pavitram, purifier. Paramam Bhavan, Bhavan, up. Hey, don't. Sloka. Yeah. Paramam Bhavan, Pavitram, Paramam, Pavitram Bhavan. Up. Bhavan means up. You are the Paramam Pavitram Purusham. You are the Purusha. And what kind of a Purusha? Shashvatam Purusham. What kind of a Shashvatam Purusham? Ajaha, Nidvikalpaha, Nirakaraha, Niranjanaha, Shashvataha, Puranaha, Nahanyate, Hanyamane, Sharire. That kind of a Purusham. Purusham Shashvatam, Divyam, very divine, Divyam, and Adidevam. Adidevam, you are the cause for even the Devas. Adidevam, Ajam, unborn. Vibhum, the one who is responsible for all the expanse of the Jagat, for all the creation. Vibhum, you are the Ishvara. Ahuhu, Tvam, Ahustvam Rushayas Sarve. All the rishis talk of you. What do they talk of you? Like this. Param Brahma Parandhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum Ahuhu Iti Ahuhu Rushayas Sarve. All the rishis, they talk like that. Devarshi Naradastadha. Even the Devarshi Narada, he talks also in glowing terms, like the above, about you. Asvitaha, he is another rishi. Devalaha, another rishi. Vyasaha, Vyasa Bhagavan. And all these people talk in those terms about you, in glowing terms about you. Swayam chaiva bravishime. You yourself are also saying the same thing. These are all the great rishis. Ashitaha, Devalaha, Vyasaha. This Devalaha, incidentally, is the elder brother of Shantanu. Shantanu is Bhishma's father. Devalaha is the elder brother of Shantanu, who would have become the king after his father Pradeepa, but he renounced the worldly affairs and he became a rishi, and that is how that Devalaha. Asitaha is another rishi. Vyasa Bhagavan, you know. Vyasaha Swayam Chaiva Bravishi Me. Arjuna Bhuvacha. Bhavan, O revered one, you are Param Brahma, limitless Brahma, Param Dhama, the light of all lights, Paramam Pavitram, the most purifying, Sarve Rushayaha, all the sages, Devarshihi Naradaha Tadha, like that, Devarsha Narada also, who is a sage among gods, Asitaha, Devalaha, Vyasaha. All these Ashita, Devala, Vyasa, Swayam, Tvam Ahuhu. They talk of you as Purusham Shashwatam, eternal being, Divyam, not out of this world, celestial, Dedipyamanam Divyam, Adidevam, the source of all the gods, Ajam, unborn, Vibhum, all pervasive, like Vasudevaha, Vasanad Vasudevasya, Vasitam Bhavanatrayam, all pervasive. Isha Vashyam Medagum Sarvam, Etkincha Jagatyam Jagat, Tena Chektena Bunjita, Ma Grudha Kasya Svidhanam. This is the first mantra of the Ishavasya Upanishad, which is one of the very, very short Upanishads. It has only 18 mantras. As against that, the Mandukya Upanishad has got only 12 mantras. And both are considered very profound in the knowledge that they give. Okay, Vibhum, Ajam, unborn, Vibhum, all pervasive, Swayam Chayeva, you indeed yourself, Bravishi me, you are telling me so. I understand that to be true, totally true. That's what he will say in the next verse. Arjuna said, O revered one, see the tone of Arjuna is changing. He is not saying Kitapa and all that. Hey, revered one, Bhavan, Bhagavan, like that. This is the beginning of bhakti. That bhakti yoga, the 12th chapter, what all it should be capable of is available in this 10th and 11th chapters quite a bit. O revered one, you are limitless Brahman, the light of all lights, the supreme abode otherwise, the most purifying. All the sages, including Narada, the sage among gods, Asita, Devala, Vyasa, talk of you as the Purusham Shashwatam, eternal being, not of this world, okay? Okay, Divyam, the source of all the gods. Adidevam, unborn and all pervasive. Ajaha, and all pervasive, what do you say? Vibhum. Ajaha, Vibhum. And indeed, you yourself tell me so. Arjuna is all bhakti for Ketaya. Right. Next verse, please. Now he says, Sarvametattrudam manye yanmam madasi keshava nahite bhagavan vyaktim viduhu deva na danavaha. Nahite bhagavan vyaktim. Your swarupa, the vyaktim means swarupa, your swarupa, te vyaktim na viduhu devaha, the gods do not know. na danavaha. Even the danavas do not know. But I consider sarvametat rutam manye. I consider what all is circulating through the rishis and what all has come out through you, I consider that as true. Yanmam madasi Keshava. What all you told me, hey Keshava. Right? Nahite Bhagavan Vyaktim Viduhu Deva na Danavaha. Danavaha means those people who are born to Danu. Danavaha, born to Danu. Daityaha, born to Diti. Adityaha, born to Aditi. Like that. Keshava, hey Lord Keshava. Sarvam etad, all this. Etad mam vadasi. That what you have told me thus far. Tat rutam manye. I consider that to be true. He Bhagavan, because indeed, O Lord, na devaha, neither the celestials, na danavaha, nor the rakshasas, te victim, your person, your swarupa, viduho, they do not know. All this which you have told me, O Lord, I consider true. Indeed, Lord, neither the celestials nor the rakshasas know your person. They do not know what you are indeed. What you are indeed. Right. Next verse. Swayamevātmanātmānam mettatvam purushottama bhuta bhavana bhutesha deva deva jagatpate. Only who will know you? Who will know your Swarupa? Only you will know. Swayam eva atmanatmanam mettatvam purushottama. Hey Purushottama. Hey Purushottama. We will come to know who is this Purushottama when we go to the 15th chapter in the Purushottama Yoga. Very, very nicely given. Purushottama. Dvavimau Purushau Loke Ksharaschaksharayevacha Kshara Sarvani Bhutani Kutasto Akshara Uchyate Uttama Purushastvanyah Paramatme Chudaprutaha Yo Lokatrayamavishya Bhibhati Avyaya Ishvaraha. That person is said to be Purushottama. We'll see that. Swayamevatmanatmanam vetatvam Purushottama Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesha Deva Deva Jagatpate. Hey Purushottama, O most exalted being, Bhuta Bhavana, O the creator of all beings. He is the causeless cause. He is the Nimitta Karana as well as the Upadana Karana. Upadana Karana is what? In the form of what? Upadana Karana in the form of?
Maya.
Maya. That is the material cause, out of which the entire Jagat has been evolved. Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesha, Bhutesha, the ruler of all. Isha, Isha means the Lord of all beings. Deva Deva, O Lord of the gods. See the bhakti that is flowing through Arjuna. Deva Deva, Jagatpate, hey Lord of creation. See the true bhakti which is immanent in Arjuna is as though flowing out now. Deva Deva, Jagatpate, Bhuta Bhavana, Bhutesha, Purushottama. What adjectives, what Bhakti Bhavana is this? Beautiful. Hey Jagatpate, Tvam Swayam Eva Vetha. And nobody else can really know your Swarupa fully. Only you will know yourself. Tvam Swayam Eva Vetha. You yourself know. Atmana, with your own mind. Atmanam, yourself. Atman Atmanam. You will know with your mind yourself adequately. All others will only give as though some kind of descriptions which are inadequate to glorify your Swarupa and greatness. You yourself know yourself with your own mind. Oh, the most exalted being, the creator of all beings, the ruler of all beings, the Lord of the gods, the Lord of creation, the Lord of creation. And Lord of creation requires to have the wherewithal, the skill, which he ought to have had. And he ought to have the material with which the Jagat is to be evolved, which he indeed had in the form of Maya. Right? Maya was the Upadana Karanam, material cause. And he himself was the Nimitta Karanam. He is the efficient cause. So Kamayata Bahusyam Prajayete. This is from the Taittiriya Upanishad. He just about thought, I believe. So Kamayata. Kama means he just about thought. He wished maybe. Bahusyam Prajayete. May I multiply. May I multiply. And he multiplied. So Kamayata Bahusyam Prajayete. Satapotapyata. Then he went on planning, thinking, etc. Satapastaptva, having come to an understanding as to what is required to be done. Idagum sarvamasrujata, this entire Jagat he has simply created. He has simply created. Edidam kincha, whatever is there in the Jagat, entire thing he has created. Tat sruštva, having created. Tadevanupravishat, that he has simply entered. When he has entered, his Upanishad is saying that Bhagavan Satapo Tattva, he has created everything, and after creating, he has entered everything. When he has entered everything, is he not in you? Is he not in me? Is he not in the dullard? Is he not in the wisest? He is everywhere. Idagum sarvamasrujata ididam kincha tasruštva tadevanupravishat. That is a declaration from the Upanishad. Okay? And Bhagavan is being praised in like manner by Arjuna. You yourself know yourself with your mind. Oh, the most exalted being, Purushottama, the creator of all beings. Okay? The ruler of all beings, the Lord of gods, the Lord of creation.
It's a little it is a wonder that the Lord, the one who created, also has created dharma and adharma, isn't it? And in order to uplift dharma, he takes birth every now and then. He comes down and banishes adharma.
Yeah.
But essentially, he's there in all. He's there in dharma, adharma, everything.
Yes.
So
yes.
It's a wonder that he, in order to uplift dharma, he puts down adharma.
No.
When essentially he's there in both.
Yeah, he is there in both. What I'm saying is, after having evolved the Jagat, he has also evolved the set of rules. Because he is the Karmadhyaksha, Karma Phaladata. Karmadhyaksha has evolved the constitution as though for the Jagat. This is the way people should conduct themselves. These are the rules. And these rules shall not be transgressed. If you do that, papameva. And if you conform to that, punyameva. And papam cha punyam will bind you as long as you have the kartrutva bhavana. As long as you do not surrender the karma phala of the karmas that you undertake to me. And they will taint you, they will attach to you. All these are, see, in all these matters, when this dharma, adharma is part of what? The Midya Jagat, isn't it?
Correct.
Yes or no?
Yes.
What we are trying, we want to graduate beyond the Midya Jagat, isn't it? So that is where your questioning ability is very wise and very, very welcome. But you must know your limit of questioning when you are indeed trying to cross over the hurdle of Maya. When you are trying to cross the hurdle of Maya, these dharma, adharma, all these things will fail. Name pardhasya kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana. I have nothing to do in all the three worlds. Name pardhasya kartavyam. There is nothing, no kartavyam for me. There is no kartavyam. There is no Veda Vihita kartavyam also. Because I am the Veda Purusha, I have clearly spelt out a lot of rules and regulations. Even those, they do not bind me. They are not for me. They are for you people. For a dharmic way of life. Name pardhaste kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana. Nana vaptam amaptavyam. Neither is there anything that I have not yet got, nor is it that I have been craving to get. Nana vaptam avaptavyam vattayeva cha karmane. But though there is no kartavyam for me, I keep on conducting myself in the world. Why? Because yajyadacharate shreshtaha tat tat eva itaro janaha sahayat pramanam kurute lokaha tadanuvartate. That's why I was saying all over the Gita, different chapters have given different inputs. All those things, the essence of all those things should not be forgotten when we are dealing with another sloka of another chapter. That has a relationship with what we have covered in the earlier chapters. Right? And whatever Bhagavan has said in the earlier chapters is not retractable. He will stand by what he said. Yeah, you were saying something.
When it comes to karma, we're talking of karma again here. The question I had was, mental karma is also mental. A thought is also will also result in karma.
Karma.
But so very often there are some fleeting thoughts that come.
There are
some of them fleeting thoughts. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not good thoughts. But they're fleeting thoughts. It could be because of maybe some purva janma or maybe some impressions you've had. So what is there any qualification of what kind of thought actually leads to karma, or is it a thought that you keep dwelling?
No,
is there any guide over there?
If it is a fleeting thought which has not taken any concrete shape for you for action, then you just about watch the fleeting thought. But while watching, understand that this fleeting thought is also generated by you earlier. That is the Purvajanma Samskara Janitam. Purvajanma Samskara Janitam. Like even when we go to bed and we start dreaming. What is the dream state? Jagradavasthayam. You please recollect what we have covered in the Tattvabodha. Don't forget your earlier lessons. Jagradavasthayam edadrushtam edashrutam tajjanita vasanaya. The samskara janita vasanaya. That in the Jagradavastha, whatever you have heard, whatever you have been association with, that janitas vasanaya swapnavaste, whatever you create, that is swapnavastha. That's it, it's okay. This is what I'm saying is, it is generated by you. It is not by somebody else. That is how our prakriti will keep on manifesting. Our swabhava will keep on manifesting. We just need to watch. Sometimes the swabhava, the prakriti, is so very noble, we can be very proud of. Sometimes it is so very ignoble that we really are ashamed of that. Don't you worry, just watch. Just watch. And don't you make any effort to have the ignoble thought, that samskara, take shape in the form of some action by you. No. That is your discrimination. That is vyavasayatmika buddhi for you. If you don't do that, vyavasayatmaka buddhi samadhavana vidhiyate. Bhagavan Uvach. You will not have that vyavasayatmika buddhi, that kind of decisive, for your own benefit and good, for your own hita, whatever action you need to take, you will not take, because the decision is otherwise. It is not a wise decision, it is an otherwise decision. That's how.
So even if you're dealing with a person who is like who's ignoble, who's adharmic,
Yeah.
In your mind you should not harbor any hatred against him. In the
No.
sense, correct?
No.
Adveshya sarva bhutanam. So
Adveshta sarva bhutanam.
Adveshta sarva bhutanam.
Why all that Bhagavan himself said in the 9th chapter, in the earlier chapter, apichedasi papebhyaha sarvam no. Apichetsu duracharaha bhajate mam ananyabhak sadhureva samantavyaha samyak vyavasitosya taha kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvachantim negachyati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. My bhakta will never get a bad end. Apichedasi papebhyaha, in the 4th chapter, papebhyaha sarva kruttamaha sarvam jnana plavenaiva vrijinam santarishyase. How do you know that indeed that person, that ignoble person, whom you thought in your mind, and he has occurred in your thoughts, and that person is a potential sadhu? How do you know that he is not? When Bhagavan himself is saying, Ahamatma Gudakesha, Bhagavan will start the Vibhuti Yoga with that verse. Ahamatma Gudakesha, Sarva Bhutashayasthitaha, Ahamaditya Madhyamcha, Bhutanam Antayevacha, which we will certainly cover from tomorrow onwards. So here, you yourself know yourself with your mind. Oh, the most exalted being, the creator of all beings, the ruler of all beings, the Lord of the gods, the Lord of creation. Why go that far when you are meditating? Sometimes what happens? Sometimes what happens, as though some form, like a Rakshasa form, will confront you during the course of your meditation. I would say, instead of getting afraid of that Rakshasa form, you just accept that form and keep thinking whether you have, in your previous janmas, have been that form. And when this thought occurs to you, the fear vanishes. And along with the fear, even the Rakshasa form will vanish. I do not know whether you have experienced this kind of a thing. Something out of the ordinary, which can be really frightening to you, will perhaps confront you. Don't be afraid. Bhayam cha abhayameva cha. I am Bhayam as well as Abhayam. Is the proclamation by Bhagavan. You understand that and accept that form as though it was you. And when you have been objective in that direction, that form vanishes and that bhayam simply evaporates. You are back to your normal mode of meditation. Bhayam cha bhayamema cha. Then Arjuna is concluding. Vaktum arhasya sheshena divya shatma vibhutayah yabhir vibhutihi bihi lokan himam samvyapya tishtasi. Hey Bhagavan, divyaha extraordinary indeed. Atma vibhutayah, tava vibhutayah, tava glories, your glories. Yabihi vibhutihi, those glories by which Iman Lokan Vyapya Tishtasi, these Iman Lokan, these lokas, these words, Vyapya, pervading, you are the Vibhu, Vyapya, Tvam Tishtati, you remain. Asheshena Vaktum Arhasi, you are capable of please unfolding all those in full. You indeed are capable of telling in full the extraordinary glories of. Hey, can you please lift this Tatparya? You indeed are capable of telling in full the extraordinary glories of yourself, the glories by which you remain pervading these worlds. Okay? Now, next verse. Katham vidyamaham yogim tvam sada parichintayan keshu keshu cha bhaveshu chinchosi bhagavan maya sada parichintayan sada parichintayan, always contemplating about you. Katham vidyam aham, katham, which way? Aham vidyam, do I understand? Tvam, you, yogin, hey, greatest of yogis, is Yoganam Ishvaraha, Yogeshwaraha. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Padho Dhanuddharaha. That we will see in the Charama Sloka of the 18th chapter. Okay. Tvam Yogin Parichintayan Keshu Keshu Cha Bhaveshu. In what things and beings, Keshu Keshu Cha Bhaveshu. Thinking of what else, what form, etc. Chintayaha asmi, are you to be meditated upon? Maya Bhagavan, hey Lord, always contemplating, how can I know you, oh the greatest of the yogis, and in which things are you to be meditated upon, oh Lord. Okay, then the concluding sloka by Arjuna, then Bhagavan takes over. Vistarenatmano yogam vibhutim cha janardana Bhuyaha kathaya truptirihi shrunvato nasti memrutam. Listening to you, which is like nectarine words, I am still not having the necessary trupti. So please elaborate once again. Vistarena atmano yogam, vistarena atmanaha yogam, your greatness, your glories, vibhutim cha janardana, your glories, Vistarena in detail, Bhuyaha again, Katham, please describe Atmanaha Yogam, the power and wonder of yourself, your Aishwarya, your Vibhuti, your greatness, your glories. Vibhutim cha, your glories, He Janardana, because Amrutam Shrunvataha me, this nectarine words, I am the listener, but truptihina asti, I am not having the necessary satisfaction. Please, I am your sakha, I am your bhakta, sishyasteham, shadimam tvam prapannam, which I have already said and I have surrendered to you. So please describe again in full detail the wonder, the glory of yourself, O Lord, because I, the listener of this nectar, have no satisfaction. And here exits Arjuna. Bhagavan will take over from tomorrow. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. We'll just cover just 2 verses and then go back. Hantate kathayishyami divya hyatma vibhutayah pradhanyata kuru sreshta nasyanto vistarashyame ahamatma gudakeshah sarvabhutashayastitah ahamadischa madhyamcha bhutanam antayevacha. We'll see this tomorrow, okay? Hari Om. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank
Hari
you.
Om,
Nana.
Nana. Hari Om.
Nana,
Hari Om.
thank you so much.